Well, nothing gets off a, depressing moment like a good night's sleep, right? So, hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. Last time, we arrived at Kalika Port after it was pretty much destroyed by Sin. That is, kind of the sad thing, but oh well. So, right there, that's me just changing sessions because at that time I had been recording for about an hour and a half, and I don't trust myself.
Hey, you awake? Captain Walker's waiting for you.
Good to know. So, why don't we go towards Waka and see what's going on? If I sound a bit different, it's because I'm currently under the weather, so recording can be kind of a pain when you're under the weather. You run out of breath really easily. So, first things first, before we go to meet Waka, let's go to the pub. Because there's an Albed primer here, and this man who's right here who's depressed, because there is no alcohol. Oh, that is depressing when you're in a depressing time. I don't know about me personally, I don't drink, but oh well. But there we go, we are now a new rank of Albed. I have no idea how to pronounce the names, and I'm not even gonna try to while I'm sick. So, let's now go and see what Walker wants now that we have 4 of the Albed primers. That is one that you can end up missing. It's not permanently missable, but you will get locked out of it for a while. That's pretty much how a lot of the early Albed primers are. You get locked out of them until a certain point. This one in particular, that was inside the pub, not as long. But what do you want, Waka?
Ah, there you are. Be said Aurochs, huddle.
We're kind of missing some of the
On
Aurochs.
to the temple, where we pray for victory. Go!
Kind of missing Buddha and Kipa.
High Summoner O'Holland used to live in the Kalika temple here. Yup. Lord O'Holland was once a great blitzer, you know?
Waka. Praying for victory's all good. But is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their favorite team. They forget pain, suffering. Only the game matters. That's why Blitz has been around for so long. At least that's what I think.
Whatever you say.
Let's play and win, right?
Right.
Temple's beyond the jungle there. Let's go.
You didn't mention a jungle, Waka. You didn't mention a jungle. So, why don't we head off towards the Kalika temple? Yeesh, I can already hear myself sounding odd, but there's a girl right over here, and she seems to be crying in the remains of her home. Well, that's depressing.
Whoa!
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, this man who's constantly pounding on the ground here could have easily saved that girl. He probably should have saved that girl, but no, he's too busy complaining that Sin destroys everything and he has to repair it. So, let's go inside this house right here, and they might have lost everything they had, but they still have a chest, so now I will take everything they have, because I'm a dick. Okay. So Sin's toxins don't just cause amnesia, they make you a dick. No wonder Titus was such a dick on the ship when I ended up stealing all those, binoculars. Seriously, that man was very patient considering everything I was doing to him. Alright, so it seems that everyone's here. Here's a save sphere if you need it. So, let's see what's going on.
What's up?
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
I want to ask you to be my guardian.
You know what? There's no time for jokes, yeah? He may be a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends, he's a newbie.
Not a guardian, then. I just want him nearby.
What?
What? What do you mean?
It's just that, well,
We're all going to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just not really sure what's going on.
My apologies.
That can pretty much just sum up everything in a nutshell for Titus for most of this game. I'm just not sure what's going on. And then there's Catman. There is always Catman. So, welcome to the Kalika jungle. This seems more like a forest, if you ask me, but then again, I guess the vines and the fauna sort of give off a jungle feel. Anyway, open up that chest, you get some monospheres, and there's also an optional boss, if you so wish, over this way. But first, we have a tutorial battle.
Kimari, why don't you use Lancet on it?
What's a lancet?
Normally, it's a skill that weakens enemies and heals the user. But when a Ronso uses it, that Ronso can sometimes learn Fiend's abilities.
Hey, sounds cool.
So, if we use Lancet with Kimari on this plant, we'll learn Seed Cannon, which is a new overdrive for Kimari. Kimari can learn a multitude of different overdrives over time, and what he can actually end up doing is you can learn them by using Lancet. Now, that doesn't mean that every fiend will teach Kimari something. No, he only learns certain moves from certain fiends, but it is possible to get them all usually in one area, bar one. So, we'll be keeping a track on Kimari for Lancet for some time. It helps out because every time Kimari learns a new move, he will actually fully increase his total amount of overdrives, and also he will instantly gain a full overdrive bar no matter what, overdrive setting that he's currently set to, be it Stoic or Comrade or my personal favorite Slayer.
Company, halt!
The fiend before us is Ojou, Lord of the Wood. We've had trouble with this one before. Remember, discretion is the better part of valor.
That is your indication that this fiend right here is way powerful. So if you are not prepared, do not take on this fiend. It has a giant amount of health, but 100 Crusaders, huh? Well, I think I can beat 100 Crusaders. So, let us tackle Ojou, the Lord of the Wood. Surprisingly not made out of wood. Kind of disappointed. So, we have Jump and Seed Cannon now. Jump he always starts with. So, why don't we use Lancet just to get rid of some MP from the enemy, which is always good. Even if you can't learn anything, removing MP from an enemy is always a good idea. So, fire is the Ochou's weakness, but its strong suit, unfortunately, is the fact that Ojou will cause poison if he physically attacks you with his claws. And poison in this game does a set amount of damage. I believe it's a percentage base on your total amount of health. And it will attack you every time you end up attacking. You will end up taking damage. So the more health you have, the more potent poison is. So there are two things you can do. You can either A, use an antidote, or B, you can use Esuna, which cures you of your status ailments. It will cure all status ailments except, I believe, Zombie. I know it doesn't cure Curse, and I don't think it cures Doom. So those three, Esuna will not take care of. And Ojou knows water. Now, Ojou has 4,000 HP, so that's quite a large amount. This thing's stronger than Sin's Fin. Huh. It's kind of sad when in hindsight. But let us use Cure, because I don't want to die. And pretty much, I'm under-leveled when dealing with Ojou, Lord of the Wood right now. Normally, I'd be a little bit of a higher level, but this boss is entirely skippable. In fact, this becomes a regular fiend later on in the game, around the, I want to say a little bit after the quarter-way point of the game is when this becomes a regular fiend. And normally they'll have just as much health as Ojou Lord of the Wood does. This is just powerful for this stage of the game. We'll soon fight enemies that have like 10,000 HP. It's ridiculous. So, let's use Esuna on Lulu because she is the main one who is hitting everything. It's also good to build up your overdrive, and here's something that Ojou does. Over time, he will fall asleep and will gain the ability Regen, which will heal his health, but what you can do is you can wake him up by simply hitting him once. Unfortunately, that seems to have caused Lord of the Wood here to cause an earthquake. I love calling him Lord of the Wood. I don't know why, it's just an Ojou. So, fire again. And if one more earthquake hits me, I'm kind of foobarred, so why don't we summon Valfor? Come here, my giant flying chicken. I will use you to kill the Lord of the Wood. And yet again with the frame dropping when I summon Valfor. I don't know why it drops frames. I think it's the clouds. I think it's the clouds that are inside the cutscene. Don't worry, you won't be seeing those cutscenes for too long because there is an option to shorten how the cutscenes are for Aeons, and I will be enabling that later on in the game. It only does the shortening if you've summoned that Aeon before and done their overdrive before. So even though I've never done Energy Ray, it will do the shortened version of Energy Ray since I did Energy Blast. That only applies to Valfor though for some odd reason. Alright, so looks like Valfor here, she's gonna go down, but that's fine by me because Ojou Lord of the Wood is one hit away from dying. But then again, my giant flying chicken just died. I don't know how I feel about that. It's quite concerning. Quite. Alright, so Tidus. And let us cure. Should we cure someone in case of an earthquake? Yeah, we probably should. So, cure. And with luck, Yuta still has 2 HP left, so she's still gonna be able to gain levels from beating Ojou, Lord of the Wood. And the amount of experience you get from this thing is really stupid, I have to say, because you only get 40 AP. Later on in the game, when Ojou becomes a normal fiend, you will get like 180.
A summoner and her guardians. Very impressive.
Sir, we should fight too.
We'll get our chance soon enough.
Young Crusaders gather around. We'll beat sin into the ground.
Yeah, I doubt that. So, we ended up gaining a new item there. We got an MP sphere from beating the Lord of the Wood. What exactly is an MP sphere? Well, MP spheres are basically attribute spheres that allow you to activate empty nodes on the sphere grid. There are strength, magic, MP, magic defense, HP spheres that you can end up gaining over time. They are always identified as being purple spheres. You get them primarily through some battles. You can get them inside some chests. Sometimes Blitzball, which I will get into later, will have them as prizes. And you can find them inside of chests inside the overworld sometimes. Generally, the ones you find inside chests in the overworld are luck ones. But if you talk to Luzu here again, after beating Ojou, you get a free elixir.
After the tournament, you should join the Crusaders.
Nah, looks like seeing as how 100 of them would fall to Lord of the Wood there, I'm probably better with my current crowd. But, yes, that pretty much takes care of that. Now, interesting thing enough is that the prizes you get from Ojou are randomized. In my practice file, because I have a file set up specifically for grinding up and leveling up on the sphere grid to make sure that I don't get hit in a notch point in the story, I ended up not obtaining an MP sphere from Ojou. So there is going to be some little bit of discrepancy in between this file and when I eventually switch to the grinded file. Because what I want to do is I want to get Lulu her second set of spells come a little bit after Luca. I want to get them before that. So basically, I'm going to do a lot of grinding off screen here inside of the Kalika I keep on wanting to call it Kalika Wood, but it's Kalika Jungle, technically. And yeah, that's going to be pretty ridiculous once you end up seeing that, because I'm going to be getting her Fyra, Watera, Thundara, and Blizzara. Yeah, I'm going really early for the grinding in this one. And the transitions that you're seeing right here are just me cutting out random battles because there are fiends that we've already seen. There's only one other fiend that we've not seen just yet, and that would be the Killer Bee, which I will be showing off, so no worries. But go into this chest right here, and you can get a Luck Sphere. Luck Spheres raise... Not Luck Spheres raise. Luck Spheres are basically another one of the purple spheres, like how we got from Ojou. They raise your luck attribute, which allows you to do critical hits, and actually ties into your accuracy and to your... What is it called? Your accuracy and your evasiveness. So you can actually max out everything without needing to get to 255, because I believe luck caps at 133 inside of this game, if I'm remembering correctly. But seems Wakka's fallen, so we're gonna have to take him out. Here we have a thunder element, or I should say a gold element. They cast thunder only. They're like how Flans are, in which you must hit them with a corresponding spell in order to primarily deal the most damage with them, unless you get lucky. So we need to get rid of these things. Wakka's just gonna stay, you know, dead. And there we go. Alright. So, we got some sphere levels here. Now, we're coming close to the end of this episode, so I will just say one thing about Luck Spheres. Luck Spheres are not very easy to come by, so make sure you put them in a place to where you're able to use them. I will just say that because, oh boy, later on, grinding for Luck Spheres, if you're trying to go for true max stats, is probably the worst aspect of this game. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're gonna be heading up to the Kalika Temple, seeing if we can get ourselves another Aeon, and dealing with another Cloister of Trials. So, see you guys next time.